explain this concept before we actually do it. It's a good learning moment for everybody. So when someone in the audience says to a spoken word poet, which I believe you are, sir, right?
We got to do the demo line.
We got to do all sorts of stuff. When they say rewind, to the best of your ability, you go back and you repeat that last awesome line that you just gave to the audience that was lost for some and, heard by a few. So she said rewind, so we're going to take it back just a little bit.
Set. Welcome
to support your local poet open mic. How you guys feeling tonight?
Get up.
This is a very special edition of Support Your Local Poet. We usually are on a different schedule, a 6-month schedule. That would be February, May, and so on and so forth throughout the year.
Months.
Yeah, the opposite months, what we're doing right now on that first Saturday. We're here today to honor a good friend of ours who passed away in the last month, Ryan Bellows. First, let's just give it up for Ryan Bellows. He's done a lot for all of us. So we got a great night for you guys tonight. We have poetry, we have music, we have all you wonderful people here sharing the evening with us. And if you don't know, a couple ground rules. First of all, if you want to be up here on this mic tonight, you got to put your name on this list right here. Now, this list is actually not my list. This is Jenny's list. Jenny, wave your hand.
Where's Jenny?
Jenny? Oh, there she is. She's late at the camera. She puts these videos online and on Comcast Channel 17. That's right, the cool Channel 17 public access. Mondays at 6.
Flint locals, give it up for the Flint locals on Channel 17.
So, if you want to be on film, go ahead and put your name on the list. If you don't want to be on film, if you want to be edited out for purposes of, maybe you're a little self-conscious, just put next to your name, I don't want to be in the film. Alright? Just edit all of it.
And then make sure I turn the camera off because I might not notice
But
that.
as long as it's on here, she can always edit it. It's the magic of editing.
Yeah.
So, in addition to that, which is cool, it's not live, but it's cool, we actually do have a live stream tonight. For all the people out there in America that know and love Ryan Bellows and couldn't be here this evening because of the awful weather, we have a live stream. If you're here, you're on TV.
Give it up for the live stream, everybody.
So,
let them know you're here.
That's not optional. Because we want everyone to know how much you care about Ryan Bellows. We want to be out there in the world, so you're going to be on the live stream. It's not a big deal,
Yeah, we can't stop it and start it back because then it's not live.
It's not live. It's not live. It's canned. So, I think to just get us started, I'm going to have my good friend Ethereal here do a poem. Just to get that.
Y'all see how you like throwing me in front of buses, right?
I love buses. I love my good friends. Go for it, buddy.
I'm gonna do a piece that I worked on with Ryan. Oh my goodness. About a year and a half ago, I stopped in for the writer's circle. Actually, I really wanted a burger. He was here and he's like, yo, you should check this out. So I looked it over and he gave me some feedback that I really liked and I took it and I ran with it. So, all right, let's go. Not again, not today. Stay there. All right. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna rephrase this real quick. I'm gonna probably save that poem because it just kind of like slapped me in the face. And we're here to have a good time and celebrate a positive memory. So instead, I'm gonna do a piece about Flint, which we all can enjoy. I'm sorry. Ow! I write to stretch out my borders. Going, sitting for hours at borders trying to read as much Dr. Maya Angelou as I possibly can. And it's bordering on an infatuation with which she must withstand because they say her wordplay is in high demand. We stand to inherit millions over time because I come from a poetic bloodline, which means I must read, write, and rhyme in time to find a frame of mind that will allow me to give these words away to you and I sign them off the way my pen drips. With an IV, intravenous verses, so these words refine me. My syntax comes to define me and remind me of why we became writers instead of letting our words be flipped and formed the other way around. So you absorb these words like you're ingesting liquid sound. We spit words profound, so we make statements. Writer circles set lyrical foundations, call us the basement. Verb placement, precise. So I move you to action. Yet we objectify these adjectives to grip you like traction. It's poetry spread through the winter population like it was HIV. See, my words hit my home, infecting virtually every single MIB you see, and even the ones you don't. Every million individuals born between then and now. See, in times past, people took it upon themselves to make themselves known to others as writers, bards, and poets. Even though today cats have talent, they refuse to plant the seeds, show it, grow it, and let it reach its full potential, shifting their weight deferentials to other pursuits, becoming law-abiding citizens who lack the credentials of youth, who deny the truth in words spoken. Yet they never hesitate to verbalize through their herbal eyes that they themselves are becoming a lost hope, a worthless token of our affections. And that's a problem. So as I look out, I see that the error lies in the mirror. But for each one of us to see clearer, we've got to get rid of the influences of he say, she say, and find common sense. Subsequently, getting rid of the influence of public opinion and bringing your minds and hearts under your own dominion. Cease and desist stacking chips. And start flipping through scripts. Delve into the diverse dialogue of Frederick Douglass. Then try dissecting that definitive diction. Uninhibit your mind, take your brain off restriction, and then use it. See, the human brain is full of many millions of synapses, collecting and correcting electrical impulses and syntaxes used to collate cohesive thoughts. Through ideas pulled taut and stretched to the extreme. Like a winter in Michigan. Thank you.
So you said that wasn't a Ryan Bellows poem, but I heard Writer's Circle. I don't care what you say. So, we got a couple cool things for you guys tonight. Not only do we have this awesome effect in the background, which if you come February, May, yada, 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 you will see. We also have, of course, the awesome DJ Michael A.
Can we get a round of applause for DJ Michael A?
Give it over, DJ. He's here every single Saturday for you guys.
Can we say every single Saturday?
Every single Saturday.
Every single Saturday.
None of you people, I can tell, believe that he is here every single Saturday.
He's here every single
Say it with
Saturday.
me, say it with me.
Say it.
Like you're actually surprised, because I was surprised. That's right. For you guys, so, you know, if you feel so inclined, if you like what you see, there's this wonderful beer pitcher out front. It is not full of beer, but he would like to fill it with beer. So if you got $1, 2, 10, 20, whatever, Christmas season, feel free to put it right there. Now our live stream seems to have an interruption. I'm not sure what that is, but I can't see my face, so I'm really distracted. Also, other cool things we have tonight. This light right here, brand new, just for you guys. If you need to read, use the lights. So, I think we're just going to kick it off with our first poet of the night, first writer of the night. Please help me warmly welcome Gary Flinn to the stage. Give it up for Gary Flinn.
Of course, when I was active as a writer's circle, Ryan encouraged me to write some original poems, including some with a theme that would be incorporated into poems. Now, the first poem and the last poem is directly related to Ryan. The first one is about the Bluegrass Festival he organized, and thank you, Michael. And it revived a Bluegrass Festival that was once held over at the U of M campus over at Wilson Park. So this is about the earlier one. It was around 1980, I recall. Flint had a Bluegrass Festival for all. It was at Wilson Park, where Gandhi is now. There was some great musical talent anyhow. The music was broadcast on the radio. I should know, as I was there with public radio. While the callers are still the same, WFPE has become quite lame. Cumulus media owns it now. If I don't like it, I have a cow. Why do I call WFPE now trash? It plays country music, calling itself Nash. Ryan was doing this as a lark, reviving the Bluegrass Festival at Grizzly Park. I hope we can attract the big stars. I recall John Hartford. My memory goes far. Now this one is related to a theme for a writer's circle, in which they talk about bong water. So this is what I came up with. What do you call water from a water pipe was smoking? Bong water. What do you call what a giant ape is drinking? Kong water. What do you call what is collected from a large bell on the ground? Gong water. What do you call water from a lengthy tube? Long water. What do you call when a Chinese group gets served? Tong water. What makes sushi music wet? Song water. What do you fill a bellow with? Dong water. What do you fill it?
Rewind! Let's hear that again.
What do you call? Let's see. What do you fill a bellow with? Dong water.
You're all sick. Just sick. That's the sound a bell makes. Make a bell.
There's no mistake that begins with bell.
Guess we got some dinglings here. What do you fill a table tennis ball with? Pong water. Whoops! I filled the glass by mistake. Wrong water. Now this piece was a few computer upgrades ago. It's called My Computer in Purgatory. My computer's been running slower and slower over time. So Monday I took it to a computer repair shop, so fine. I'm thinking it'd need multiple antivirus, spyware, malware scans, so nasty stuff on my hard drive would be banned. Realizing there was only 1 gigabyte of memory in it, I had it quadrupled to 4 gigabytes of memory in it. After all those multiple scans, it was still a bit slow, so the BIOS was updated so fast that the data would flow. The hard drive was still spinning even when dormant. I had machined for about 5 years to work with Yeoman. So I switched from a 320 gig hard drive to a 1 terabyte hard drive, now upgraded to 2 terabytes, with the contents cloned from old to new in the hive. The old hard drive is in a new enclosure, so essential data can be backed up for sure. So old articles I can still save. From major computer crashes I do hate. So now I got it back so I can type this very piece to read tonight.
Yeah! Let's do the last one.
Okay. That's the last one. I'll go with the very last one then, since it's directly related to what Brian gave me one evening. My first and last Ganji muffin.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Wait,
one.
wait, wait.
That's
You say
a good one,
Gandhi?
too. Bye.
Ganji.
Ganji. Oh,
I was given a Ganji muffin to try out. Knowing what was in it, I waited until I was home for the night. I ate the muffin, washed it down with soda. I didn't feel a thing initially. Then I talked to Yvonne on the phone. She noticed I was giggling more than expected. I started to notice the giggling myself. So I finished talking on the phone, I caught myself giggling more. So I retired for the night. At 2 a.m., I woke up with a very upset stomach. I tried Tums, then Bomo, then finally Verner's. I wound up drinking 2 cans of Verner's by 3 a.m. When the stomach finally settled down, I got back to bed.
Yeah.
yeah. Give it up one more time for Gary Flynn. I might read one for Ryan. Real quick. Yeah, real quick. I would always force Ryan to get on the mic. He never wanted to, that's why he didn't host. This is his brainchild, but he always wanted to just sit in the audience and have a good time. And I would force every single time. I'd be like, Ryan, can you please let these people know about the Writer's Circle? So I gotta ask, who here knows what the Writer's Circle is?
I do.
A few of the fellow Grizzly Park alum. Good to know. Good to know. All right, for the rest of you, the Writer's Circle was a part of the Creative Alliance, still is. Something Ryan led for about 10 years. Something a lot of us have been a part of. Very cool workshop group that we meet here in Churchill's, Pages Bookstore, all over, once a week, a couple times a month, and just kind of share writing and be kind of that sounding board. Last couple years, it's really been a Ryan kind of led effort, and we don't want to let it die. So we're going to be getting together with people. If you want to get on the list to be in kind of contact and keep that momentum going, come contact me or Ethereal after the show. We'll get your email, we'll get you on the list. I got a few people I know that might want to run it. We got a clipboard. So I just want to put that out there. I also want to read a poem Ryan wrote, if that's okay. Again, I would force him. He would not. He'd bring up his little notebook and be like, I don't know, man. So this is one Ryan published in an anthology I did last year called Thoughts of a Broken Man on a Street Corner. And I just love it because all Ryan's poetry had drums or jazz or something cool like that, and then this is no different. Try to do it justice. My mind is vacant of jazz nightclubs, martinis, and fine cigars. Classy women riding around in cars. I've been frequenting rundown bars, sleeping in alleyways, bumming lucky strikes from passers-by. I can't muster the urge to try. If I weren't a grown man, I'd break down and cry. And if I were a stronger man, I'd wipe the darkness from my eye. I'd get on my feet and try. I'm everything I feared I would become. My future is tainted with self-fulfilling prophecies. My reality is painted with mediocrities. My perception needs an intervention, some intention to make the contention that life is what you make it. So, classic Ryan Bellows ending there. I don't know if you guys are tuned to his sense of style as me, but he had these awesome endings that were just cut off. And so I just want to like cut the ending off and let you guys figure out if it's over or not in kind of that same style.
You just sort of stand there and smile.
just wait, because you know, Ryan had that perpetual smile. Like you could be having the shittiest day ever. I'm sure you guys know. And Ryan would just be like, oh, what's going on? How's it going? You know, and he really just bring you back to life. So I just want to put that out there. I got a few more poems from Ryan's I'll read throughout the night. But let's keep it moving forward. Up next we got
Nathan!
Give it up for Nathan! Stumbles to the mic.
I swear I signed up for fourth, and I'm drunk, but I don't think I'm fourth.
I counted.
Was that okay? Well, 4 poems or 4 speakers. Don't let me handle this. Someone handle it. Yeah. You know what'll happen. You know what'll happen.
Yeah, he's alive.
That'll work. No, that works. You don't want me too loud. Just pretend you're listening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Yellow MCC pen. Who has it? I know it's out there.
It's probably on the floor.
BMO, I'm looking at you. No? All right.
Need a
Well,
pen?
we'll get a pen. All right.
Let's give it up for Nathan one more time, everybody.
Just make sure that gets back into my current fave. All right. I'm going to start with one of Ryan's favorite poems of mine. It's not my typical type of poem, but it's called Innocence. She was the type of little girl to go outside after the rain and walk up and down the street, saving the worms from the sun. The type that became utterly and absolutely confused and saddened when she would see a beggar on the streets. And the type that bought all of her dollies from thrift stores, always choosing the ugliest ones who were missing an eye or suffering from horrible haircuts given by amateur barbers, so unaware of the permanent repercussions of their actions. She picked those ones so that they wouldn't have to suffer the crushing blows of the self-esteems she knew they had as they cried throughout the long nights alone on the store shelves because of never being picked, jealously, joylessly, by the other little girls and taken to their new homes. And she handled each worm so gently, flashed a smile to every beggar, and gave so much love to each doll she rescued, seeing them all as absolutely beautiful despite that helplessness or their needs or disfigurements. My heart broke for her because I knew the universe had a world of pain in store for her, such a gentle and loving soul with such compassion and innocence. My only hope was that, whatever happened, And whatever was handed her, when she made it through the fire, she would still maintain that heart. This is the last poem that me and Ryan worked together at a writer's circle with. I hate it. His words to me were, hey man, I think the reason you hate it is because all your other stuff's kind of bullshit, man.
That was
You
Ryan.
just play this role, you know, and I think for once you're being real. I love it. But don't expect much, it's not. This is called On Saying Goodbye, a not quite so Hollywood ending. It had been some time since we last spoke, and even longer since we had split. It felt like a lifetime ago, even though I remembered it like it was yesterday. The truth is, when she was the only one that I had ever loved, how could I ever forget? And not just the only woman I ever loved, but the only person when speaking openly and truly and honest for once. Thank God for the paper. And so when I heard her voice on the other end when she called, my heart stopped. I was ready for a Hollywood scenario. Something even more than human. Turns out she was only calling to let me know she was heading off to bigger and better things in life. She was moving overseas and just wanted a final and formal goodbye. My mind immediately went to Hollywood movies and scripts, written scenes, so much better than being human. So we met before she left for the airport to be whisked away from me, and how painfully awkward of a goodbye it turned out to be. There was nothing Hollywood about it. It was entirely too human. We stumbled over what we should say, and we're never quite sure what we should do. As much as I dreaded her leaving, I dreaded the minutes left before her departure even more. I don't know what I expected before we met, weeping and longing, embraces and confessions, a begging of her not to go, or her insisting she just couldn't do it. I guess just something Hollywood about it, something more than just human. A few more moments passed, and surety followed, and then the time came. And so we hugged, and then she left, and away she went, and that was it. And all I can remember thinking was, there's nothing Hollywood about this. It's entirely just too human. And so as much as that, our final meeting ended up being much too late, awkward and uncomfortable, this moment here, finally, writing about it, has come even later. Too long after, too far gone for anyone but me and my drunken, pathetic memories of a past that should be forgotten to remember. The truth is, though, how could I ever forget the past when she was the only one I ever loved? I guess there was something Hollywood about it in the end after all. It just turns out to be, it was what happens after the credits roll and the screen goes black. When the movie ends and the world goes back to being oh so human. One. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's do an audience poll. Should we kick him the hell off the stage?
Yes.
No.
This one's for Bellows.
I hear yes. Okay, one more.
I shared this at the funeral. I didn't plan on doing it there, but I wanted to read in front of my good friend while his body was present in the room one last time. It's a little quick story, I know. Hey, time's short, but you know what? This is for my friend. The very first time I spoke was actually here, and Bellows made me do it. I would come around and I participated. He knew I wrote, and one day he said, "You read tonight?" And I said, "I don't know, man." And then they called my name. And I looked at him and he went, and he made me come to the microphone. So, this is for my dear friend. It's called What's Behind the Spark. There was a time when nobody heard me. I saved all my best words and all my truest thoughts and all my deepest secrets for myself. The only other one that was ever privy to my most sacred words was the paper. But then a mighty wind came, and it blew those words straight off my papers for everyone to see and hear. It is funny that it is the spark that always gets the most attention. I suppose it makes sense. After all, it is the spark that starts the fire. But everyone forgets about the bellows and the detrimental role they play. For it is the bellows that stoke the flames, making them burn brighter than they ever would or could on their own. I am so thankful, and I will never forget the bellows that helped my fire burn so much stronger. That great gust of wind that blew my words off my papers for the first time. I only wish you could give me one last gust, because with him gone now, I am finding myself at a loss for words. That's just the thing about the wind, though. It's even harder to contain than the spark. The worst part about dying is not the extinguishing of one's flame, but rather the possibility of being forgotten. Blow freely, my friend, blow freely. Knowing your job here is done, our fires are burning strong, and in their leaping flames, you will always be present and always remembered forever.
Thank you so much.
Give it up one more time for Nathan.
Keep it going, keep it going. All right, so just in an attempt to make sure that everybody here who wants a chance to read, we're gonna ask that we just limit 2 poems. We probably have a little time left over, but if we don't, we'll make sure that everybody gets a chance to just kind of work out their feelings and share with Ryan.
Right, so just, you know, if you have something to share that's really special, choose that 1 or 2 really special things, and then there may be time at the end, you know, we don't know how people are gonna keep coming in, or, you know, how big this list is gonna go, but we just wanna make it equitable for everybody, all right?
Alrighty, next up on the open mic. Somebody say open mic.
Open mic!
No. Y'all gotta come on now.
You're at
Hold
the
on.
bar, you're having fun, you talk about your friend Ryan Bellows. Again, he's way the fuck up there. He can't hear you guys. Say
We need to make a little
open
bit
mic.
more noise than that. Like it's a celebration, guys. Somebody say open mic.
Open mic!
Next up on the open mic list. Yeah, see, y'all like, look, everybody got hype. Look, y'all looking at me like, oh, this is dope. All right, next up on the open mic list, this young lady is super talented. She's a writer, she's an author, she's an educator, she's an activist and an inspiration to a ton of people in this community, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. So, put your hands together for my good friend, Kirei. She comes to the microphone.
Thank you. Not that tall yet. Working on it. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 2 poems that are both about self-love. One of them I just finished 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So,
New shit. Yeah.
So, all right. I know a loaded question when I hear one. So how do you two really know each other? Really means I'm trying to put out your level of them. Excuse me.
Rewind.
Got it.
So how do you two know each other? Really means I'm trying to find out your level of involvement and if I have a chance with him. I know the sound of a loaded gun when it fires, and I've learned to recognize the bullets and darts and daggers of seemingly innocent questions. The cliche colloquialisms can't come out of your mouth fast enough. So are you just friends? Oh, well, have you ever thought about flies out of your mouth faster than the feelings you're attempting to bury? I know I've carried the same cards, hoping a single hand would land me all that I needed, just needing to be needed, to be needed, to be molded, and even misused, just to be used. Miss you are where I used to be. And I see you. I hear you. Hear the gun cocking as your tongue starts clicking and questions start filling your mouth and overflowing past your lips. You're quick, tempered and witty when you feel like he doesn't want you. Quick to be left feeling empty. You're quick to be feeling left alone and looking for a man to bandage the remains of your woman. You, woman, are where I used to be, and I see you. I already see the distant gunshots, the barrel in your smile, the bullets barricaded behind your teeth. I see so many loaded questions and so much broken, but baby girl, you did not ask me to see any of this in you. You simply want to know if I know him, how I know him, if I love him, whether or not he will love you, whether or not you have a chance to stand on the side of a man so great, or if I've already taken that place. But all I can really say is, love yourself as hard as you're trying to love him. Take a dose of self-love filled with all your radical passion and compassion and commitment issues and issue yourself a proper prescription. Love yourself hard every day. Refill your own well is needed. Love you like you were blind to disappointment and distance and destitute relationships. Love you. Refill your own well is needed. Love you like you are blind to disappointment and distance and destitute relationships. Love you. Because loving him is not made for women who walk from bed to bar stool and back again. Loving him is not a zombie cycle full of going through motions, and if you can't handle your own emotions, you definitely can't handle his. Loving him comes with no manuscript or blueprint. Loving him is free falling without a thought of flying or crashing. Loving him is laughter and song. He is a melody you must be learned every day. Some days he is staccato, and you must be ready. Some days he is silent, and you must be ready. Be ready to lower the gun of your tongue. Put down all your weapons and love him without ammunition or gunplay. Only good intentions and honesty. But I do have a loaded question for you. Before loving anyone else, are you ready to first love yourself fearlessly?
Right. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm just gonna give you one more poem about self-love, because I believe that 2015 is a year of self-love for a lot of us. We are enough.
Yeah.
I feel like in 2014 we were told a lot by a lot of people and situations and circumstances and things that we are not enough, but you are enough, period, the end. So, poem. Thank you. Alright, here we go. We're good. Okay.
Told you could tell.
See, I just believed it happened right here on stage. Alright.
Go ahead, poet.
This world ain't got much for skinny girls. You got mothers telling you that childbirth will be impossible, but don't let that stop you from having 4 babies. Got grandmas questioning how deep your genes run. Maybe somebody on her daddy's side ain't thick, maybe that's where she get it from or doesn't get it from. Got friends telling you you're lucky. You can eat whatever you want. Got doctors telling you diabetes and high blood pressure runs in your family. Got family telling you not to push away those plates piled high with hot food and seasoned with guilt trips. Stop watching me eat. I hate that shit. It's not that I'm selfish or lazy or spoiled or ungrateful for your hard work. It's just not worth watching you stare at my fork. Each time I lift it to my lips, your disdain makes meals much harder to digest. But I guess you want stripped bare before your mirror and wondering how God got it all mixed up. Yeah, you're feminine enough but no curves in all the right places, chancing I'm fearfully and wonderfully made to your reflection until you both believe that society ain't got much for skinny girls turned skinny women. Turned size 0 jeans, turned 32 B cup, turned 81 pounds on a good day. Turned half these stores got nothing in my size, got women staring up and down my lack of thighs telling me I think I'm better than them. Got men telling me they need something soft to hold on to. Well, I'm sorry that all the wrong parts of me are soft, that finally my heart don't sound so attractive. Believe me, it doesn't feel good either. You can't grasp hold of its beating, keep its rhythm. My hips and heart won't twerk for you. My spirits is not something to put on parade. You can't grasp hold of its beating, keep its rhythm. My hips and heart won't twerk for you. My spirit is not something to put on parade, slip into push-up bra, slide into corset. My soul's too thick to be handled by someone who only wants to grasp the tangible. Skinny girls become turntables too often. Makeshift DJs, we mix and master our bodies, wreck our self-image with one too many glances in our mirror. Society has too many of us, willing to stretch ourselves too far to fit into a frame we simply weren't built for. So I choose to move forward, stand tall at 4'9", size 0 jeans, and 81 pounds on my best days, chanting I'm fearfully and wonderfully made to my reflection because now we both believe it. Society no longer needs to have anything for me. I've learned to be more than enough for myself.
Yeah. Nice job. Keep it going. Kirei. 4'9", 81 pounds on a good day. On a good day, though. All right. So, yeah, ruined my shot. So, Get out of here.
That was the money shot.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And I want to remind everybody, don't forget, you're still on the live stream, so you can always look at our audience there at home and let them know that you're thinking about them. Same with our audience
Wait.
here in the
Can
studio.
we all say hi to everybody out in cyberspace?
That's right.
Already.
That's everyone in cyberspace is watching right now. So
Support your local poet.
I just have a question. Who here knows what Kearsley Park University is? Yeah. Couple people. Well, I have a message from on high, from our chancellor, Mr. Bellows, that everyone in this room has been accepted to Kearsley Park University. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Freshman class 2025. So what that means, it's a very big responsibility actually to be in school, to go to college, especially Kearsley Park University. Now, Kearsley Park University is not a traditional university. We don't take your money, we don't even want your money.
Actually, I do.
Well, he's not part of the university, he's not affiliated with us. That's the community college branch of Kearsley Park. So, the point is though, Kearsley Park University, again, a brainchild of our good friend, it's part of so much. It's about educating each other. It's about each one of us has mastered something in this world that we can share with everyone in this room. Whether that's guitar, fashion, I guess cooking, poetry, whatever it is that you do. We all have something here that we've mastered. And as students, you also kind of are professors. So, I'm going to leave you guys with this. You might not have a t-shirt today, but you do have kind of a mission that you need to do. You need to take this Kearsley Park University, you need to keep it alive. You need to keep teaching each other. You need to keep, in the spring, showing up for our lecture series, because we're going to keep it going. You know, it's going to be there, and I want to see some of you lecturing, all right? So, that's another thing, just to keep in your mind. Congratulations on being accepted to Kearsley Park University.
Give it up for yourselves.
Give it up for yourselves. And with great power comes great responsibility. So don't forget that, you know, it's a clapping kind of a, you know, it's one of those things. So, show them the shirt, Jenny.
Oh.
Jenny's got a shirt. Now, you might not know,
Show them the shirt, Jenny.
not at home, but here in the studio audience,
Okay.
we are the Fighting Kinkajous. Say it with me,
Got
Kinkajou.
one. She's got one.
That's right. You won't find it in the Encyclopedia Britannica, you'll find it in Ryan Bellows' imagination. But that's okay. It is by far the most mystical, magical, and amazing creature in the world, and all of you are honorary Kinkajous. So get over yourselves. Yeah! Kearsley Park University. We're not going anywhere. All right? So, again, I just want to really quick read one poem Ryan did, and this voices thing. Is that all right? Yeah. I was told to ask y'all if it's all right, since we're all on the same page here. Are we on the same page? Yeah. Great. Oh, he's saying. By the way, that's called the sign-in sheet. If you want to get up here and do what I'm doing, you can. You just got to sign up, all right? So feel free.
Wave at me and I'm kind of cool. I might hand you a pen.
Throw a drink. This gentleman over here.
Right, a little bit.
Thank you for waving. All right, so this is what's that?
Talking shit.
Something about a tree. All
All
right. So I'm gonna rein y'all back in. This is Voices. We have many volumes. Ryan was in just about all of them. This is a poem he wrote to a picture. Voices is a collaborative event. You put a written artist with a visual artist, and either they do a visual piece based on the poem, a poem based on a visual piece, a pure collaboration. Chad, I will quiz you later. You better be listening. So this is one Ryan did to a picture. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's a riverbank park and some fountains. Can you see it? Connie can see it. Kirei can see it. You can see it. All right. So, America, can you see it? Can you see it? All right. It's called Fountains. And it's very Ryan Bellows. He makes up some words like kinkajou. It's awesome. The public you said it's not made up. It is made up. The public institutions of development should install random fountains along the murky river. Giant streams of majestic ick. The green and murky water feeding fountains of splendor attached to filters would strain the pieces of debris and return the brilliant streams of filtered water appropriately into the river. Collecting the debris would be baskets of ickifatory fobbledygooks awaiting the I'll just read. Awaiting their new destinations as the events of a summer transpire. It would be cause for celebration and revival. Periodic drumming and cycles of rhythmic spontaneity would be players constructing random majestic melodies, enticing river patrons and spectators of music to come together in festivity. The river would clean itself beside the brand new fountains of regional jazz and blues music. So, again, he just kind of ends it there. Which is what I love about these poems. I know they're over. You guys don't know they're over. You guys make me, that's awesome. And I just want us all to ruminate on the words "ikafatori fabulous." I think really you can get a lot of wisdom if you just ikafatori fabulous. Think about it.
How many times did you practice that?
I practiced that phrase 4 times. 4 times. Which is honestly more than I usually practice my own poetry, so it's kind of a big deal. Doing it for you guys. I'm going to read one more Ryan Bellows poem, then I'll bring us close to the stage. It's called "The Mist." It goes like this. It's got a picture of a seagull. Yeah. Hazes over reality as she peers through it, looking to find a release to set her spirit free. Her soul is shining, it mirrors heaven, reflecting love and warmth. She soars as though she had wings to glide through the air. The mist shrouding her vision, masking her fear. She glides immaculate through the moment, and there is a calm, as though a storm might be coming. She settles herself on the doorstep of her dreams and waits for the rain to fall. Yes, I've closed the book, you may clap. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna bring our next poet to the stage. He's someone that what's up, Betty? He's someone that has been around the Writer's Circle and the Creative Alliance for the last decade. Good friend of mine. I'm sure a good friend of everybody in this room. Anyways, technical difficulties. Please help me welcome to the stage a good friend of mine, a good friend of yours, a good friend of Ryan Bellows, someone we all know and love. Bring out Glen Birdsall. Good friend.
Sit here and there if you want. This is like my intersection. Oh, here I am.
Me, Ryan, and Nick were really early Writer's Circle people.
Some might call us pioneers.
We were the pioneers. So one of the very first books that we put together was this Voices, which isn't really connected to the voices that Nick was reading, but it was something that we created early on. The first poem I'm going to read was a favorite of Bellows. It was something that, when I read it, he made me read it about 4 more times right away, over and over and over again. And it was the last poem I actually read to him about 2 months ago. Anybody in here loves spaghetti westerns? He challenged me to write a spaghetti western poem. So here's the spaghetti western poem. Death to the railway barons. Again, Bellows loved this thing. Here it comes, like the son of a gun-slinging, gospel-singing demigod. Like 98 degrees of dust, like the west, the north, the lust, trapped in everything you never wanted to be, the one that should never have been set free. Back to the heat. He rode along the road, a story hard to tell but told. And the truth within this return from the near dead, desert of bones, he arrived with little more than a hat, a gun, and a horse. Riding for 7 days, 1 week, digging his mind from grave to brave to the hate of a town that socially numbed his roots and took the home, the family that he knew, so shiny and clean, now buried, and never to be heard, touched, or seen by him again. He will be the final sermon of the funeral services. And as the first bullet hits the first head, it is all that can be seen that he did mean them dead. Here he comes, the it that they created, the sin that they hated, the curse that they always said, the one that would make them dread. His leather smelled rich in the animal that was sacrificed upon a Sunday morning, skin dried that tied his gun to his thigh, as revenge exploded and blistered the sky. Death rode out, letting go of all he had left, a tear for his wife and a second for their unborn life. Spaghetti Western poetry.
Kind of an oxymoron.
I wasn't sure it could be done. But Bellows said I could do it, and I did it.
You did it.
So the last poem I'm going to read is kind of a poem that makes me think of Bellows a lot, and makes me think of the community of downtown Flint. This poem is in 4 parts, thus the title is Elements. So it'll be the 4 elements. This is a poem about reincarnation. It's also a poem about life. It's also a poem about what it is to be an artist in Flint.
Let's go.
It was, when I first wrote it, it was inspired by James Anthony of Neo Griot.
Neo
He helped me a lot with creating a lot of the imagery in it. So when you hear Venture mentioned, the part is inspired by James Venture Anthony. So here we go, Elements. Chapter 1, Earth. To touch down and exist, firmly feet kissed by earth, we give birth once again to who we are. We learn by lighting lanterns, guiding ourselves from moment to moment as best we can, becoming philosophers, absorbing this orbiting earth. Imperfectly circling, cycloning cells in our bodies, filling us up, welcome, philosopher. And that includes all of you. Sharing the caring you're carrying in your satchel chest, in your boxed mind, in your open hands, in your kind voice, doing the best to communicate and open up, to become coexistingly connected, a choice for your next you, on the cusp of finger-tipped over time. Philosophers can be shot at 17 years old. Philosophers can look in the mirror and be or be who they are told. Philosophers are the new storytellers, building hope with words, symbols, action. Philosopher, you will venture twice as far with your mind than you will with your feet, and you will venture tenfold that with your heart. So fill us up more, this joke, this here today, but may not stay depending on us. Philosopher, you could fill 7 oceans on 7 planets. Let's work together to do this for this world spiraling away from us. Chapter 2, Wind. Blown off on stretching wind is the way I hope we become connected, collecting, affected by each other. We are collaboration. It is the energy in the air that connects us to dialogue, speak, discuss, to give us a chance to trust in a propelling, unseen unconsciousness, no less a part of what builds into being. I look across this air into your eyes, stars for the future, dreamt into existence. Meditate on your current state and listen to what you discover, to what you find carried on the wind into your mind. Chapter 3, Fire. We are the future being born over and over again right now. The bravest new world of being born. It isn't change, it is death and birth, and we are right now, in the middle of Genesis. We are the two overlapping earths. We are us in death and us in birth. We are the established strong, the knowing, the comfortable, controlling consciousness, at the same time new, modest, unsure, unnoticed, so untraceable that the space we fill is perceived as us. A golden dawn. It is the new you in a cosmic yawn. You live with all of us. It is time to open up and trust in the new you. In the new selves, with new possibilities, with new fantasies and new realities. Together we will cease to be separate, and thus we will penetrate the whole world. We are individuals living in a sea of ourselves. Chapter 4, Water. We as drops in a river, in life, individually moving as fate, as nature intends. We will arrive together or all together as we gather wisdom, as we gather momentum, destined as destiny's fundamental, unthought future, a design mixed as change occurs, a design in constant redesign. Life is water, blueprinted into our soul. We flow because when I look at you, I see an ocean of me. And here I will water drop knowledge on you. We are simple drops of water in a glorious river. I am joined with an infinite number of other drops, forming all aspects of this path, life. Riverbed in constant non-sleep, running steadily headlong into this vision I see of me, this ocean of us. At times we leap higher than our current situation, higher than everyone else, flying into the air, diving back down into all sharing spiritual happiness. Other times we are deep, so deep we touch the earth, gaining the philosophy we need, running ourselves over substance, learning that what we're yearning is peace as a piece of the whole. We move around rocks, we drag leaves, cut our way through problems, together to gather momentum. We as a unified, graceful motion, heading to the ocean. My mind drifts away, disappears in the glorious liquid galaxies, still unformed, waiting to be born in ecstasy. As my lips cross freshly into salt, I kiss the past away. You and me infinitely join the sea. Dreaming myself, I evaporate back into heaven, quenching the thirst of gods, to reincarnate into a state of rebirth, raining back to earth through the sunlight, praising our mortal genesis, through rainbow shining as I retouch the earth, blooming as philosopher once more. We are all, we are one.
Keep it going for Glen Burns. And I just want to say, you know, products of the Writers Circle, you too can be products of the Writers Circle. You too can come through and kind of get that critical feedback, have an ear to listen to what you have to say, and it's just really an organic process. So again, if anyone's interested at the end of tonight, we're going to collect email addresses, phone numbers, whatever you got, and we're going to start that process again because we really want to make it strong. And
We should do a temperature check. What do you think?
yeah.
I feel like we should do a temperature check. So, if anybody's ever been to an open mic or a poetry show, sometimes somebody say, everybody stick your hands up, wave fingers. Hands up. Now, I want you to make as much noise that you think your hands could possibly make with your mouth. Next, ready? See, I feel like this side took it though. Like this side is kind of weak. Like, I know you got a little over here, but I know. So you got to put more, you got to give us more energy. So we're going to do a quick temperature check. Throw your hands up. Let me see the noise. Now let me hear it. It's so hot. All right. So with that energy, I need you to keep that energy going for the next person we have coming to our open mic list, which Nick is going to introduce very momentarily.
And before I do, just to give us a little more suspense, if you do have something you want to read off the page, we have this wonderful kind of hipsterish easel here that you can use as a music stand for your poetry, make you look extra super cool.
It's artistic and whatnot, you know.
Especially if you got that live stream going, you know you need that kind of cool factor. So don't feel ashamed. That's what MCs are here for you. Correct your mic. We'll figure out the light. We'll bring you an easel. So just let us know. So please, without further ado, help me welcome to the stage one of our wonderful regulars, someone who has a lot of love, a lot of energy. Please give it up for Jenn.
Y'all gave me all that energy 5 seconds ago when we called Janet, and you gotta give me some energy. Give it up for Janet!
Thank you. Janet, I love you!
Damn it, Janet!
Well, I'm here.
And thank you for being here.
Thanks. I'll tell you everything you want to know. I wrote this for Ryan. He's gone. He's not forgotten for sure. We can attest to that, just this gathering itself. I met Ryan about 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, and I was nervously taking the mic here at Churchill's for the very first time for my poetry reading, and it was in March of 2010. And he became an instant friend with his kind words of reassurance and encouragement. He genuinely complimented my poetry in a way only a true poet and a true writer does, by listening to every word, reflecting on its meaning, expressing gratitude that I had come to share it with an audience for the first time. And I immediately felt really comfortable with him and really thankful that he had approached me. So soon thereafter, I had him over for dinner. We exchanged our life stories in a relaxed setting where we could totally be real with each other. And although he was 22 years younger than me, I found him sort of a kindred spirit, and best of all, a younger generation hippie. I could really identify with that. We connected in a way really different from any of my current friends. Our mutual respect for each other as writers and deep thinkers continued to grow over the years. And Ryan was an amazing person to me. He was an amazing person, writer, organizer, musician, and friend to the community like no other. I watched him grow in all of these directions, plus as a son and a father himself, his mind was overflowing with dreams and ideas that he not only talked about, but he followed through on all of them until they were reality. His smile and his laughter were infectious, as was his sense of courage and tenacity. Here's a poem that he wrote during one of his funks and shared it on my Facebook wall back in 2010. Close your eyes and hear his voice. My life pieces. My life is like pieces scattered upon the floor, lazily sitting there waiting for me to pick them up. I cannot grasp them in one smooth try. They are scattered here and there in the corners under the sofa and next to the rug. A vision of what my life could have been, only fragmented. Don't discount my perpetual effort to better things. Somehow the purpose is lost in the pieces lurking in the shadows. But the effort continues to enjoy life, enjoy the day, to build better memories than the ones that often occupy my lonely waking moments. I try not to spread the pieces out, but my efforts seem to separate my life's pieces even further. I am gathering them now. On my 58th birthday, I thanked Ryan for whispering this statement on my Facebook wall. The universe rearranges itself to accommodate our picture of reality. It wasn't the first time that I'd heard it. In fact, it was a philosophy I lived and believed in. At that moment, it just seemed like the perfect birthday greeting and a reminder of whatever I desired was mine. About a year ago, Ryan put a few drops of hash oil tincture into my glass of white wine at Churchill's. He wanted to share its mellow effects with me. I knew he'd done it. I okayed it. It was the perfect buzz. Along the way, he had educated me about the marijuana products that were available out there. So different from the ways that I'd gotten high in the early 70s. He was wise in many ways. His poem called Writer's Reflection, which he penned just last July, really touched me as he spoke of getting to know his daughter. It was called Writer's Reflection. A reflection of myself I see in my bloodline, a reflection of how I saw the world when I was a younger man. I'm quite delighted how my daughter has taken to writing and certain kinds of art. I've given her some tools to help her get a start. A ukulele and a guitar might set her on a musical path. I anticipate the days we'll sit together and laugh. I'd like to guide her interests towards more music and art, and it seems as though with her writing, she's already got her start. According to those he's left behind, Ryan crossed over way before his time. I'm sure we all agree. He has already left a hole in our hearts that's impossible to fill. He was a one-of-a-kind guy, a uniquely gentle, loving person that freely shared his deepest self with all who's been blessed to know him. Although the concept of my life pieces differs in his poem than what I present here, Ryan's life pieces will forever be a part of the legacy that we, as the Flint community, carry on to honor him so that this beautiful person shall never be forgotten. Keeping him in our hearts, his spirit lives. Blessed be.
Keep it going for Janet. Yeah, she really deserves that. Yeah, powerful stuff. So, I think I'm going to switch it up now, and I'm going to invite Al to the stage to do a little, I assume, music. It's kind of his thing. But I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I know Ryan would be just thrilled. He's tried to get people here so often, and we've been doing this for 3 years now. And I don't think I ever had a crowd this energetic, a room this full. So I really just thank everybody for being here. I want to keep the energy going forward. So, a little setup time? Or?
Just click.
You guys want to hear one more really quick poem from Ryan Bellows?
Yeah.
Yes. It's like an entourage.
So, again, he does a lot of drumming, a lot of jazz. It's kind of Ryan's MO. This is, Glen was talking about, this is our first Voices. We did this, God, maybe 8, 9, almost 10 years ago. It was before we actually incorporated all the art collaborations. It was just poetry. And there's one in here Ryan did that I think is pretty cool called The Day You First Dug Jazz. And I'll just read that real quick. Audible realities jumping like leapfrogs from the bell of a horn. In its background are tables of music foundations, pounding rhythms, melodies of steel slats struck with blanketed mallet heads, counterbalancing the horn's unsilences. Yeah, daddies. Hip, cool, unsmiling on their faces, yet smiling in their feet and fingertips. Bubba, bubba, snap. Ain't that some jazz? And then they woo 'em with excitement. What was happening in your parents' head the day you first smoked pot and thought they'd never know when you dug your first jazz? What was the impression that captivated you? What were your parents thinking? I'm sorry, that wasn't the end. Don't clap. That was me. So, what were your parents thinking the day you told them you dug Parker and Coltrane? Were they lifting up your shirt sleeves for reasons you didn't understand? Where were you the day you first dubbed jazz? So that's the end. See, Ryan has such a unique way to end his poems. I can never do it justice. You know, I'm very sing-songy personally, and I'll find that sound, but he would just do it. And if you didn't catch it, you'd be like, oh, okay. But then like 2 minutes later, you'd be like, that motherfucker's brilliant. Like, that was exactly what he needed to end it with, and I just didn't get it. So,
cheers to Ryan.
Cheers to Ryan Bellows. Raise your glass. Raise your glass to Ryan. Cheers. To a brilliant poet, to a great friend to all of us, to Ryan Bellows.
Ryan.
Cheers. Now please help me welcome Al to the stage.
Thank you all for being here. This is just a testament to Ryan's character that we could all gather here. Yeah, I'm just going to play a song that I played at the open mic night that I run every third Wednesday at Good Beans. Ryan was there on a regular basis all the time, and I played this song, and I guess he was blown away because, kind of like clockwork, once every 6 months he would post the YouTube video of it on my Facebook page. Just like, I was thinking about you, Al, with this video. Alright, it's from the Into the Wild soundtrack by Eddie Vedder. No all the big people in a big hard world. Thank you.
Keep it going, everybody. Alright. So we're back at the Support Your Local Poet Open Mic. I am one of your co-hosts, Ethereal. A few more quick announcements just to keep everything moving. We are currently live streaming this video, so if you could clap it up for everybody at home watching this. Before we go any further, let's give a big hand to Churchill's Bar and Grill for hosting us. Thank you to Churchill. Quick round of applause for our host and co-founder and wonderful all-around dude, DJ Michael A. And thank you all for coming. So I'm going to keep this open mic list moving right along with one more quick announcement. Someone here is missing half of their M card.
Is it you?
If you're missing an M card, University of Michigan students, and we have a winner. All right. So, coming up next on the open mic is a great friend of mine who's like, yo, when am I going? I'm like, when do you want to go? She's like, I don't know, I'm never going to be ready. She's like, you want to go next? She's like, sure. So, without any further ado, give it up for Miss Jenn as she comes to the stage. Make some noise. With special guest, Miss Flint. I just ruined the surprise. You see what he did? He made me blow the surprise.
If it's a surprise, let me just say, if it's a surprise, don't write it on the sheet, because I'm going to say it as it's written.
Glen.
Wait!
So, no surprise.
I don't care if you said right.
Okay, so clap it up for Jenn, everybody.
That's really great. Can you hear me?
Yes.
What?
Okay. I fucking hate this, so yeah. I love you, Lynn. I don't like my friends. The first one I'm gonna read is for Ryan. So tell me a story and make it 100 stories tall. Make it city blocks wide until I can no longer stretch my eyes, my heart, my soul, my being enough to encompass it. Stretch it into a magnificent skyscraper, made with glass walls so we can watch the world dance around us while we smoke. And speak of loves lost and losses loved and all the things in between. Hold my hand as we crawl upstairs made of other people's stories and books, and stories about other people, and words from lives and love and music and heartbreak. Dance to the top with me, spinning the whole way. Make us a room where we can watch the people like ants. We can sip Bloody Marys and talk about rocks, or the fights we get in, or poems, or the people we love, or music, or the people we don't love, or how people never really make sense and how we never fit in the way we want to anyways. Tell me a story and let me watch as pieces of you fly onto the walls. A pixelated spectrum of fingerprints telling of the lives you connected and the people you knew and the things you saw and how we're all kind of the same. Tell me about a man I knew once who loved so much he gave his heart away, breaking it off bit by bit and piece by piece, giving it to all the beautiful people he loved and sometimes the ones that he didn't, until one day his heart just quit. And let my tears soak the floor as I climb to the roof to look at the stars. I'll always wonder which one is you, and as they shimmer, I know that you're still here. And I'll light a cigarette, holding the fire in my mouth, and remind myself that we're all made out of stardust anyway. I hate reading off of phones, but my computer's a fucking asshole, so.
That's how you did it printed earlier, right?
Facebook tells.
You got it, girl.
Alright, I wrote this for somebody who is not here right now, so awkward. Alright. If my heart were an inanimate object, I'm not sure what it would be. If I could pick its fate, it would be something that couldn't break or be torn or worn or scorned or all the bad things that seem to happen to hearts when you trust them to another being. I wouldn't guard it behind glass. I'd use steel bars and a state-of-the-art security system. A system to prevent hearts from doing all the things that hearts just seem to do.
Or perhaps I would make my heart into a song or a poem, or something you could listen to and feel but never lay your fingers on. Something you could admire but it would never belong to you. Or maybe my heart would just be a shot of rum. Warm, fiery liquid that flows through your veins, through every part of your body. I would run through you and make you do all those crazy things that we know you love to do. And you never know it was me this time. Or my heart could be words, just words, the kind that echo around in your head while you're trying to sleep, or play on repeat when you're behind the wheel with conversations that you need to have, and all the things you need to say, or said, or need to hear, or did hear, yet the words continue to play. Heck, if my heart could be anything but a heart, I would tell it to stop loving you. That it doesn't need the shit. Please move on. We have better things to go do. Still, if my heart were a present, something that you could hold, I would probably wrap it in a bow and hand it to you and try to express or impress upon your mind how badly I need you right now. And if your heart is a train wreck, then mine is standing willingly on the tracks, waiting for the inevitable collision, a vision of better things that we could be. If for once, every time our hearts got too close, you could just stop running away from me. In fact, I'm pretty sure if my heart could do anything but love you, you would probably love me too. And I kind of need my Lynn right now for something.
Give it up for Lynn,
You want to talk about it? Or? Go ahead. All right. So, Lynn and I like hugs. We like hugs a lot. So much that the first time I ever actually got the guts to get up and read in front of people, it was a poem about Lynn and her hugs and us walking around drunk at Art Walk and dancing with everybody and being crazy and all the stuff that Lynn and I do.
And free hugs, button
Oh yeah, free hugs, Occupy, which is actually how I met and got to know Ryan and all that stuff. But anyways, we had an open mic and I read a poem about hugs because that's what I do. And Lynn got up here and she's like, I don't read poems, but I like hugs, so everyone needs to come hug us. And we had this giant group hug. And it was wonderful for everyone that was there. And Ryan was right at the middle of it. So what we would like to do is invite everybody right now to come up here.
Y'all heard the lady.
Specifically everybody, but go
Y'all
on.
heard the lady.
Hold on. For a 20-second group hug, because
At least.
it has to be at least 20 seconds.
At least 20 seconds.
It's the perfect length.
Like really, I am not playing. Get your fucking asses up here and hug me.
I'm not playing, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody else.
All slowed up, sitting down. You need help too. Everybody needs a hug. Come on up. Come on up. Hugs for everybody.
There is room for more people.
I'm talking to you. And you.
It's a
Bye, guys.